Alright guys, just showed up here at Paradise for the 4th of July race. It'll be my first time running Reapers here. And we just started unloading the trailer and I went fishing, and then it started to rain, so we hid from the rain for a little bit. But I'm excited to see if the Reapers are anything like they are on asphalt or if they're completely different. I'm excited to see how different Maxxis and Reapers are. So tomorrow should be fun, and track's looking super muddy, so hopefully they don't put any water on it and it'll be good by tomorrow. Alright guys, woke up here this morning at Paradise, getting tires and stuff ready, just getting the cart settled in, getting the gear on, and track's looking good. They're rolling in with all the cars, and practice will start here soon, so hopefully you have a good day. I was actually already just finished up all my rounds of practice. Did 3 rounds and we were 4th fastest on the track, as you guys probably just heard. I'm really liking the track. I like how banked it is. I love racing bank tracks, and I enjoy just shooting off the bottom more than just riding the bottom the whole time. So hopefully we can get it done. We're looking good today. I appreciate Brad Beverly for doing my tires, and they're doing great so far, so hopefully we finish out the day good. Just finished up Junior 3 warm-up qualifying. We did good. I messed up a little. I had a couple slides out of the corner, which really hurt me. I was down half a tenth for pole and qualified 5th, which is great so far. All the guys in front of me are really good and been running here forever. So hopefully we go out here and I can run my lines good, and we'll get even higher than 5th. Alright guys, Rangers delay just finished up. We went out for qualifying and didn't do good. We were 1 spot from last, 14th out of 15th, which is not good. But that was for my own doing. I messed up coming out of 4 on my 1 good lap, and then the next lap I had no speed. So here we're going to try and see if I can go flat out as fast as I was last time, or if I'm going to have to tone it back.
More rain clouds.
Alright guys, just finished up shootout qualifying. We went out there and I did a really fast lap and I threw the caution about 5 feet before I crossed the line, which meant that lap didn't count, and they went like 11 laps caution. So by that time my tires had already gone away, so I drove off the track there in one corner, but we ended up finishing 7th, which I feel like I could have done a lot better. But I did do better, but it's just unfortunate the way they played that qualifying out. But we're coming back strong for the warm-up race and we're starting 5th, so hopefully we'll make some room. Alrighty, starting 5th here, we qualified pretty good for first qualifying on the track, so now we just have to make some moves and stay in top 5. Because my whole goal with this whole event was to get a top 10 in every race. As you can see, caution comes out because they got jumbled up in the start, so we're going to have to try that again. But coming to this track was really neat. I enjoyed the track a lot. The facilities were really good, which I was expecting because it's probably one of the biggest dirt tracks around. And the track surface was great. The crew worked great because the track was great in first practice and couple qualifying, and then it rained, and then the track was soaked, but the track still was great after the rain. So, big shout out to the crew guys. They worked forever to get this track good. So, here we're starting 5th behind the other white 99. And hopefully stay top 5 or gain spots. So, get a pretty even start with everyone. And one thing I liked about this track and the rules that we're using is you can't pass someone until you're off a turn 2, which I find that in Florida, everyone just drives through you in the first corner of the first lap. So I really think that's something that should come down to Florida because we really need it, especially at like certain tracks. You see, I fell back off the pace. I was trying to go a little too easy into the first couple corners, but I messed up there big time. Jeez. But there's a good race going on up front, so I just have to stay with the pack and not fall back too far. See, here's one of my inside. He pulls off. See, car goes really low, and I go in there to pass, and then I get spun and get hit by another cart. And then the other cart goes flying off the top side. But that wreck really hurt. And we actually ended up bending the front bumper and breaking the body. So the body's pretty much done. I don't think we'll be able to run it again. But I bent the front bumper and bent a tab on the frame. And we actually ordered a new front bumper and tried to true up that tab as much as we could. But I have 2 good bruises on my inner thighs after that one. That one definitely hurt. But I wasn't stopping for nothing. I looked down after I pulled away from this wreck, and I saw that the front bumper was all bent. But I was like, it's driving just fine. There's no need to pull off. But that wreck really hurts me because I was in 5th from where I qualified, but now I'm going all the way back to the back, which is, I think, 15th, or I think there ended up being a couple more cars behind me, so it should be, I think, 13th. So coming to this track for the first time, I wasn't really expecting too much. I was just hoping for a top 5, top 10 in every race. But I ended up qualifying pretty good, with the exception of like a 14th. So, but that was like, the track was still pretty wet. Like you couldn't hit your lines right. So I messed up in that qualifying too. But I was really happy with how the day was going so far. And I was just hoping we continue to get better. And I was hoping at least one of these races we could crack the top 5 and make some money. But this one's going to be difficult to crack the top 5 because now we're all the way back in 13th or 14th. So we got to really climb our way back, which is going to be very difficult. And for the difference between like Reaper tire and Maxxis tire, I couldn't really tell a big difference. I mean, I've never ran Maxxis tire at this track, so it's hard to tell. But I thought the Reapers did just fine. And I'm sure, they were saying Maxxis was like a half a second faster, which has got to be crazy fun. Because I already felt like we were flying, but Maxxis has got to be so quick. But anyways, we get a good start. Looks like we're in 13th, and just following the carts, just trying to keep our nose clean, because if we wreck out now, it would really suck. We just got to make as much spots as possible. There we go. We slip to the inside there, make a move. And then we're chasing out this black cart ahead of me. I was really nervous through 4 all day, because I was pretty scared to go super high off the corner, because I did a couple times in practice and almost hit the wall. So I was just trying to limit that, because if I would go high, I would have to let off and I'd lose a bunch of time. But if I was taking a safer line, I wouldn't lose as much time. So there we make a move on that black cart, and we pass. We get 2 carts right there. And we have to chase down this white cart up ahead. Built a good leap to the cars behind. And already closed up on the back of this white cart. And I know I have to pass these people pretty quick, because if I hang around behind someone, I'm never going to be able to catch the front of the field, because they're just going to stretch out, which is pretty much what they're doing now. But I'm already up to 8th place from 13th in just a couple of laps. But there's not too many laps left, so I have to really focus in here. And there you can see the white car gets a little bobble out of the corner, and I'm able to drive it under. You see cart spins off the top there. And the black and orange cart, I tried to block him, but he was just able to slip back under. And then the white cart followed through, but I was able to cross him over. So I only ended up losing 1 position in that, and that car goes up high, and then be able to pass him also. So now I'm gaining a little bit on this black and orange cart, and I'm just really trying to maximize my exit to close in on these straights. As you can see how much faster he is out of 4 than me. I'm just losing a bunch of time there. And that would be checkered flag. So I ended up finishing 6th, which is pretty good, just a little bit outside the money. Alright guys, just finished up Tier 3 warm-up. Not how we wanted it to go. We started 5th, and then I made a move on the inside, and I got bumped really hard, and then I spun up the track, and someone slammed right in front of me. We bent part of the cart. The cart itself's okay. We should be able to bend it back. Other than that, we fought our way back to 6th, so we only dropped 1 spot, but it sucks because I had speed. It just didn't go our way. So we'll come back stronger for Tier 3 Pro, and I start at 14th, so basically I have to do the same thing again. Second out of 3rd race, and I'm for 14th, so this should be a really fun race, at least fun for me, because I get to drive it from the back, and hopefully I'll go to the front. Get a good start there, and if it was at a different track, I could have drove down on the start straight, but I didn't. There I go to make a move, and get it done. Here, I make another move, past 2 there. I wheel hop someone, but able to not lose any spots, but I do lose out on the pack ahead, which really sucks. But it looks like we're gaining on the pack ahead for sure, because they're battling. Yeah, we're already closed up almost to their bumper. Get a good run out of 4, and we're right there. Gonna be able to pass the red cart there, and go under the black cart. Now in the back of another bumper, but the white car behind me is getting a good run, so you have to be careful about him. So we're already up a good amount of spots. See right there, I get hit behind that cart. That cart tries to go in the inside, and I push way up the track. So I just go all the way back. And right there, he was able to get a good run on me because the carts ahead of me hit, and then I hit the back of them. And they lost all my momentum, which allowed the carts behind me to catch up. And there, I guess, he sent a move on me, and I wasn't expecting it, so he hit me, and then I just flew up the track, which wasn't his fault. It's just I didn't hit the brakes hard enough, and he just set me for a ride. But at least we didn't spin, so we're not all the way in the back, but now we really need a caution. Or we need the head to start fighting, and we are right now. Nobody can back up. And now I have to be really aggressive on these moves, because I don't have that many laps left. You can see here, I go from there, which is pretty aggressive, considering I was in the left rear. But we're in the back of the field, so there's not much to lose right now. Maybe 2 spots if I wreck. So I just knew I had to be aggressive, because we were already at 14th, and we made our way all the way to 7th, and then we went all the way back down to almost dead last. which is good right now because the cars ahead are fighting, and they're just slowing each other off. Right there, you can see black car slides out of the corner. They are getting a crazy run on the corner, but not able to use it. Here I should go to pass, and caution lights come out. There's a cart in the wall. Which that caution's timely for the black cart ahead of me because it was going to pass, but it's also good for me because even if I passed that cart ahead of me, there wasn't a big gap. So that caution works out well for me too. Guys, this is a long video today. There's just a lot of racing, so sorry about that, but this video is packed full. Alrighty guys, gonna go ahead and skip that caution there. And we are starting too far to count, honestly. I can't count that far. Well, I just did count it, and I think we're starting 13. So, not much better than we started in the first place. We go green there. It was a weird start, so there's a big gap already between the carts. But I am pretty close to the cart ahead of me, and now people up ahead are scrapping like crazy. See, one cart goes up and spins, and then another cart does that, and I try to slip in under the black cart, but just don't have enough, and then caution comes out for the orange cart that spun off the track off the top. So I've always wanted to go to Paradise. Ever since I started watching go-kart videos on YouTube, Paradise has always been like the top thing, and the track just looks so nice and so much fun. And I know there's faster tracks like Triple T, which I really wanted to go to, but unfortunately I had camp this week, so I couldn't stay in South Carolina for Triple T. So hopefully we can get back up there for Triple T, and we are coming back to Paradise for the Big O in August, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's a really weird start. I'd be surprised if they throw the green, but they do. So big gap ahead. Able to pass that blue and orange cart, and then almost past that white cart. Probably should have shot underneath, but can't do anything now. Spanky goes to the inside of me. He passes me, move it up. Oh, I didn't hold off that black and orange cart. So he passes too. But once again, I'm able to cross him right back over. So a lot of good racing going on right now. But there's a big gap now because we were battling. So I have to really hope to get held up or another caution. But I think I'll be able to close the gap. I'm closing good on this black cart. I'm going to drive underneath him there and pass him. And then I'm closing up on Spanky now, which is the white cart in front of me. I'm going to follow Spanky through there. And the laps are counting down. White flag is out, so I really have to make a move here. And Spanky is not going to follow him through, so I'm going to shoot to the bottom. I'm going to pass Spanky back. And I'm going to get a 6th place, so 2 6s in a row. Still right outside of money, which is so unfortunate. But hopefully the shootout goes good. Alrighty, guys, I start 7th in this race. Had a okay qualifying. Felt like I could have done better. But that's out of the question now. Starting 7th. So we have not too much ground to make up. Definitely not as much ground to make up as that 14th we did last race. But this is for the big money, so we have to really perform here. Get a crazy jump to the carts behind us. They throw the green. Just following well. There's a couple carts on the outside. I'm going to slip by one. I'm going to slip by the second one. And I'm going to try to go under this one. And a little bumping. But bumping's never hurt anyone. So I get by 3 on that straight right there. So I'm already up to 4th. But we have a good gap to the black cart ahead of me. But 25 laps to make it happen. Got one around. Caution comes out, and I'm going to stay in 4th. So, already making good moves, and going to get up to 4th. So this race was $1,000 to win. And it was the main event of the night for Junior 3 and the second to last race. So we should be going green here, and I'm starting 4th. Pretty much at a great spot to make some moves. See, I get a good jump. The car behind me, I have a big gap to them. So now I just have to focus on this group ahead. And then caution comes out. Guess they didn't like the start. Alright, going green again. Hopefully get a start like last time. We have a big gap to the cart behind us, but I'm sure they won't be caught sleeping again. Now I have a car tight behind us. We have to make sure we don't get pushed out of the way or get past and then get stuck on the outside. Right there, cart gets on the outside. So we're going to make our way up to third position behind the black number 3. But the leader's checking out a little, and you see the black cart slides up, and I'm able to shoot right under him. And now we're up to second. In this race, I didn't have a spotter, so I didn't know how far the carts behind me were. So I was pretty much blocking every lap, just expecting a cart to be there, which in this case there was. But that was really hurting my speed. Like here, if my spotter told me he was a little farther back, I wouldn't have blocked. But what can you do? I mean, I can't complain about having no spotter. And in most normal races, besides this big track, I don't ever use a spotter. But this track, there's the wall real close where the spotters can stand. So pretty much if they don't move their spotter sticks, you're gonna hit them with your head. So me and the car behind are closing in the leader pretty well. If this cart behind me, Braden could have get on my bumper and push me out of the corner or into the corner, we could get a great run. But as you can see, the carts behind him are catching up too. So we really have to get there now. But I've been in second for a good bit now, which it was a crazy feeling being in second in a pack this big. And I was really happy with how this race was coming along so far. Losing time a little bit to the leaders. You see, Braden pulls out to make a pass, and I end up spinning off of him. I tried to turn in, but he was already there, and it was too late. So he pulled out early in the straight, but I couldn't see him till about when I was turning in. So I already was turning in when I saw his bumper, so it was too late to back out and let him through. So I end up spinning out from second, which is really, really sad, because this is my best start yet to a race, and I'm going all the way to the back, which I feel like I have been in every race. I've gone pretty much to the front, and I've gone all the way to the back. So safe to say I got a lot of passing at this track. But that did really suck. I was super sad after the race, because I went from 7th to 2nd in 4 laps. But none of that matters now, because now I have to fight from the back once again. I feel like this is a reoccurrence through all the races. So in this race, which you can't see, is behind where the camera's filming, there is a giant storm rolling in. There was a tropical storm coming off the coast, and it was heading straight at us, and there was a bunch of bands hitting us, which is why that rain was earlier. But there's a giant storm, and it's not even that late out, but it's just so black because of that storm. So you could see some raindrops on your visor as the lap's kind of down. But thank God they got our race in, and they ended up getting the main event in right after us. But it rained like crazy about 10 minutes after the race finished, and it rained almost all night. So it was fun. It was fun to pack up all the carts. I get an okay start, not the best. And at this point, it was the last race, so I was just driving to the front no matter what. Here I go to make a pass, and I end up getting hung up a little with that cart, so we lose the pack ahead big time. So now is when I really need a caution, because we lost the pack like crazy, and there was no way to be able to catch the pack. And thank God 2 carts spin off out of 4. So hopefully there's a caution, which there was. So now I'm able to close back in that gap and maximize that start once again. And hopefully have just as good as drive to the front as we did the last couple races. Get a good start there, and right on the back of this black and blue cart. And now I just knew I had to get as many passes in the shortest amount of laps as possible, because there wasn't that many laps up. And you see, I fell back a lot. I really don't know what happened there. But after that caution where I spun out in this race, I started, my seat insert, which I use, started sliding out. So I kept sliding down in my seat, so I couldn't see much. So I was definitely struggling to see in this race. And I was a little fatigued, but I just need to keep working on my stamina. I need to get back to Hope Sound for some asphalt races. There we get 2. We end up getting 3 passes in the matter of a corner and a straight. So 3 positions made. And now I'm behind this other white cart, which I'm catching pretty good. You can see he goes for a pass, and I'm able to get on the inside and follow that other white cart through. There's a blob of white carts there, so it's hard to tell which one's me. But I'm in the middle right there. And you see I slide up the track on the last lap and end up getting passed. So I don't think I finished 8th? 8th maybe? So wasn't the best. Sucks I got wrecked from second. I didn't get wrecked. Sucked I wrecked out from second. But still a good race all in all. Good. That's a hell of a race, Gil. You could have got that. Alright guys, this finished up shootout for Junior 3. We started 7th and we ended up in 2nd. But then I guess I made a mistake. And then I spun and then I went all the way back to last. And then worked my way back up to probably like 10th or something. 8th. So, could have been a lot better, but yeah, it's what it is, so.